new information into how the U.S. shut down a new al-Qaeda plot to bomb a U.S.-bound airplane. Now, U.S. officials are now saying that they had a source inside the plot. That person turned out to be the actual suicide bomber himself. Now, the officials say the bomber actually drove that device out of Yemen and is now safe. The bomb is now at the FBI crime lab in Virginia. Now, earlier, White House counterterrorism advisor John Brennan would not give specifics regarding that individual.
We don't have to worry about the IED or the would-be bomber, and this is still in a sensitive stage. We're working very closely with those partners. We want to protect source and methods as well as operational equities, but neither the device nor the would-be bomber poses a threat.
And right now, experts are examining the device. It's being called more sophisticated and similar to the so-called underwear bomb that failed in 2009. Joining me now, Republican Congressman Patrick Meehan of Pennsylvania. He is, by the way, a member of the Homeland Security Commission. Sir, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, great to be here with you, Tamron.
First of all, let me get your reaction to this news that we just got in only an hour ago, that U.S. officials say the source, the person that tipped them off, was to be the suicide bomber. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, well, whatever tactics are part of it, ultimately there will be a great effort to try to protect that, I believe, but it will likely come down. I think the more serious point is you see the persistence on the part of al-Qaeda to look at aviation as a target, to perfect their methods, and the concern about Yemen being a location in which we're beginning to see and have continued to see in very dangerous activity by al-Qaeda.
But can you, and I know obviously this is all still developing and you have a limited ability to share with us what's being discussed privately, but this new information that U.S. officials say that the source, that the person who was supposed to carry that more sophisticated underwear bomb turned and provided this key information that ended this plot.
Yeah, well, I'm not in a position to speak to that because of the classified nature of information that goes into the tactics that are part of it. But again, to focus on what is behind it, which is the very serious nature of the continuing effort to try to perfect their ability to strike aviation.
And to your point about al-Qaeda and other terrorists continuing to try and attack us, I want to play with Secretary of State Hillary Clinton said regarding this latest attempt to get a bomb on a plane. Let's play it.
The plot itself indicates that these terrorists keep trying. They keep trying to devise more and more perverse and terrible ways to kill innocent people. And it's a reminder as to why we have to remain vigilant at home and abroad.
And part of being vigilant is being smart. Do you have any concerns regarding TSA? You know, we just had the reports of agents out in L.A. who were charged with possibly smuggling drugs in. You've got that new video of a 4-year-old not terribly long ago being pat down. Do you have confidence in the TSA at this point, sir?
Well, I think this is one of the concerns you hear people say, do we need TSA at all? But you now see the reason that with aviation as a target, why it's believed by many that it is necessary, and it does help increase the likelihood that we will intercept an effort like this. And simply the fact that they've gone to such remarkable efforts to continue to try to find ways around it indicates that it's working here in the United States. Of course, it's only as good as its weakest link, and
Absolutely.
Oftentimes things can be connected through other nations or whatever way they can get something onto a plane may not always implicate going through United States controlled protections.
But we know that at least this latest underwear bomb, the goal was to be able to get past the body screeners, the body scans that we've talked so much about. The TSA fought to use, despite, as you well know, nationwide outrage by some who felt that they were too intrusive, took away our privacy. With that said, there have been critics out who've noted many problems with the TSA. I just named to you one incident in Los Angeles where workers were accused of smuggling in drugs. The question was, if they will smuggle in possibly drugs, what else will they smuggle in for money? Is the TSA part of the weak link that needs to be explored here?
Yeah, I think it's a very legitimate question when you start to look at the balance about, how much freedom are we willing to give up. The truth of the matter is we haven't had that kind of a bomb onto a plane in quite some time. So, it's working. It does work. But there's no question that you got to be eternally vigilant to make sure that not only are we continuing to keep a certain standard, but that you're trying to match what would be the game of cat and mouse with the bomb makers. Look, this guy is Syrian. It's believed that this is his third attempt. I was in Philadelphia during the time that the cartridge bomb landed in that area. You're watching very, very sort of creative ways to try to circumvent the system. So, that was the use of a mail that wouldn't go through, a mail package that wouldn't go through screening at an airport.
All right. Well, Congressman, we greatly appreciate you coming on to react to the latest news in this story and give us some of your insight available. Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Certainly. And we are following developing news